welcome back to On Location Edmonton. Here we are in Edmonton, and we are about to check out the Mini World Cup and Heritage Cup of 2026.
We're here with StoryHive, funded by TELUS.
So let's go check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 Mini World Cup Heritage Cup Tournament. We're very excited to be hosting this year's event at the South Soccer Centre. And now, we would like to introduce you to the teams that will be participating in this year's event. Please welcome Afghanistan. Next, we have Bosnia-Herzegovina. Please welcome Brazil. Please welcome Canada. Please welcome El Salvador. Next we have England. Now entering the field, Ethiopia. Please welcome India. Next we have Ireland. Please welcome Italy. Next name, Korea. Lebanon. Please welcome Mexico. Next we have Netherlands. Please welcome Nigeria. Please welcome Poland. Next we have Portugal. Next we have Scotland. Please welcome Serbia. Next we have Germany. Please welcome our fellow team, Ukraine. Teams that will be represented in this year's event.
My name is Brad Odson. I'm the president of the Edmonton District Soccer Association, and this is our tournament. The Edmonton District Soccer Association has been in existence since 1909, so well over 100 years. Before the Alberta Soccer Association, before the Canadian Soccer Association.
Oh my goodness.
We haven't been doing this for 100 years, but I think it's over 50 now that we've been doing the Mini World Cup. And it is the largest adult-oriented tournament like this between Vancouver and Toronto. So it's certainly a significant event in the soccer community, and I would say in the Edmonton community. And you saw, we have 29 nation representatives, excuse me, representatives from 29 nations who are all residents of Edmonton, who are here representing their countries in the tournament. So it says a lot about the community and the diversity in our community in a really big way. And we're really proud to put that on.
But why do you think soccer is so big here in Edmonton?
That is an interesting question because, I mean, of course, we know that soccer is the most popular game in the world, but I think, and I have no hard scientific data, right? I'm just going on what I know, having been a part of the soccer scene in Edmonton for going on 30 years. And that is what I just mentioned earlier, what we just saw here, the diversity of the population of the city of Edmonton. So many people from so many areas all over the world where football is the sport. Edmonton has been known for several decades at least as being perhaps the soccer capital of Canada because of the participation. Not so much, we don't get big crowds watching soccer games. Like professional soccer has always struggled here because they haven't been able to get crowds out. And anybody that you talk to that's in the soccer community, particularly players, they're not interested in watching a game. They want to play the game. But that's what makes it what it is. But I can recall attending an exhibition game with Team Canada, the national team. This is a number of years ago now in Commonwealth Stadium against Brazil. And there were people from all over Western Canada that came to watch that game. Commonwealth was packed. 56,000 people to see an exhibition game between Canada and Brazil. And it ended up as a tie. And this was at the time that Brazil was ranked number 1 in the world. The best team in the world by far. So, I mean, there's good support for and belief in soccer in Edmonton, that's for sure.
Can you share with us who you think will win the Mini World Cup and the Heritage Cup this year?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. There's both men and women, right? So you're talking basically four winners that are going to be between the two competitions. There are no blowouts. The games are always close. All of the games are always close. So it's almost like, flip a coin kind of thing, right? Just all it takes is one mistake, or one incredible play, and that's the difference in a game because they're so close. So,
were you a soccer player yourself, or are you a soccer player?
No. I didn't. I was born and grew up in Saskatchewan, and when I was a kid, it wasn't on the radar. It was baseball and hockey and football. I got involved with soccer when my eldest child, but at age 6, said he wanted to play soccer. And so we signed him up to play soccer, and the coach said, I need parents to volunteer and help with practices and games and stuff, chasing balls and kids and whatever. And I said, well, I'm probably going to be there, so I'll do it anyway. I'll do that, right? And it just took off from there. It wasn't very long before I was coaching myself and then refereeing and getting involved in the administration.
And now here you are.
And here I am.
Then just one last question for you. It doesn't have to be specific to the EDSA or the Heritage Cup or Mini World Cup, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
One piece of advice, I suppose. Well, there are two. One is follow your heart, and the other is do what makes you happy. Neither of which is, particularly get out there and conquer the world kind of thing.
I think it's get out there and conquer the world. Sometimes that's all someone needs to hear.
Yeah, it's just, do what makes you happy, and be in a situation that makes you happy. If you're in a workplace and you're not happy, well, look for something else.
Randy Kozak, Team Ukraine. Been with Team Ukraine since 1986-ish. Been doing this forever. We won in 86, we won in 02, and 03, if I'm correct with my numbers. And now it's been a bit of a dry spell for a bit, but we keep going.
What got you into soccer initially?
Oh, that's all we did in the neighborhood. After school, we just played soccer all the time, and then we got into coaching, and here I am many, many years later.
You mentioned playing in the Mini World Cup quite a few times.
Yes.
What keeps you coming back?
Oh, the atmosphere, the people, the fans, players. Every year we have a roster of 20 players. Now I have 20 new family members. So every year we have so much fun, and I think that's the best part of it all the time.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge this year?
There's a lot of teams. There's a lot of good players. It's kind of an all-star it is an all-star tournament, and to arrange the players that haven't played together before, trying to get them in a system, trying to learn more about them, and 3 games and you're either through your pool or you're not through your pool. So it's 3 games to get going, kind of is hard sometimes.
And on the flip side of that, what are you most excited for? What do you think will be the best part?
Besides being on the pitch with all the players and all the other guys, upstairs celebrating wins, losses, friends.
Why do you think it's important to have an event like this in Edmonton?
The community. We have such a large community, so many people, different countries, and this just, it's unbelievable. If you haven't been here, you need to come here. You need to see this. You need to feel this. It's just unbelievable.
Do you, or I guess, are you willing to share with us some of your favorite teams or some people who you think are going to take home the cup this year?
Oh, jeez. I'm always hoping we are. There's a lot of good teams this year. I'm not coaching at this level this year in regular, so I don't know all the players, and I'll learn more about the players, but Ukraine's always going to be there.
And you mentioned you're a coach and a player. Do you have a preference of where you like to be more?
Coaching.
Really?
Safer. It's a lot safer. And I can do this forever.
And then last question. It doesn't have to be specific to the tournament, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Okay, I'm going to quote somebody, either your first or your last. Ricky Bobby. There you go, either your first or your last.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Hey, hi, how are you? My name is Lucio Rivera. I'm the coach for Mexico team, men's and masters. I've been in the program since 2005, I believe.
And what got you into soccer and coaching?
Well, for me, soccer is just not a sport, it's a passion. I love to play, I love to coach, and I love to see the new generation of Mexican players coming to Edmonton.
And you mentioned starting back in, did you say 2005?
Yes, more or less.
Yes. And what keeps you coming back then to the Mini World Cup?
Well, the Mini World Cup for me represents like the ice of the cake at the end of the indoor season. Is where you have the opportunity to see all your friends that had during all these years. It allows to build bridges between communities, and for me, it's an excellent way to end the indoor season.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge this year?
The biggest challenge this year is, well, I want to win all the games, right? Yeah, it's for me, the big challenge is to have my team feel represented by the community. So it's like a two ways, right? The fans to feel represented by the team, and the team feel the support for the fans. So this is my challenge.
And on the flip side of that, what is the most exciting part of this tournament, or what are you most looking forward to? What will be the best?
The integration of the communities. For me, it's a cultural thing. It's just in this complex world, you know, there are too many things that are happening in the world to have this, 1 hour where you forget about the issues and problems and just enjoy something that you love. It's great.
Why do you think it's important to have an event like this in Edmonton?
Well, I guess we don't realize, but this is an exception. This is a cultural mosaic when every community feels integrated, feels supported, and we get along very well. And I don't think this is something that happens so frequently. For me, it's to feel part of a big community of soccer players is good. Yeah.
Who are some of your favorites to win this year?
Mexico all the time. I want to win all the games, right? But sometimes you have to accept that there are teams that are better prepared than you. So for me, in Heritage Cup, for me the favorite will be Italian, and for me, Master for me will be Scotland or India.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to soccer, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Well, I think the best advice that I can do is give your 100% every day in everything that you do, and live every day like it was your last day, because you never know.
Okay, so we can just start with your names and you can tell us a bit about yourselves.
Okay, you can take this. You always talk first anyway.
So I'm Jay Kaiser, and I play for the Scottish women's 30-plus team.
And I'm Zachary Kaiser. I play for the 35-plus Scotland team.
And what got you both involved in soccer?
Oh,
Probably my parents wanted to put me into something so I could be physically active. Tried swim, dance, soccer's what stuck.
yeah. It was more or less just like being social. And yeah, soccer's just something that stuck at a young age.
Is this your first Mini World Cup or are you like returning?
Very much returning. Many Mini World Cups under our belts.
Yeah, I think my first Mini World Cup was when I was 16, and I'm 35 now, so
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
What keeps you both coming back?
Honestly, I think it's the community that really brought us together. We met through soccer, so there's that. But also, like, all of my best friends play, and now we have kids who are playing soccer, so it's really just like a really strong community.
yeah, I'd agree. I think like the overall community within soccer is like huge, and you know all of our friends are always here, and yeah, it's always a really good time.
Why do you think it's important to have an event like this in Edmonton?
I think it's important because this tournament brings together so many different like cultures and so many different aspects that it's kind of fun to experience just the crowd and the sensation and everybody cheering. You don't get to see that too often, and it's nice to play not with your regular team. We get to play with a bunch of different people from a bunch of different teams, so which also just builds the community stronger.
Yeah, couldn't say it better myself.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge this year for both of you at the World Cup?
Recovery, because I'm old.
Yeah, I'd say just staying healthy. It's a long tournament.
It's a long
And
tournament.
the games can get pretty intense compared to the regular season. So yeah, just staying healthy. Yeah.
And what are you most excited for this Mini World Cup?
Pints.
Nice. And the camaraderie of my friends.
Absolutely. Yeah. Social.
And in your divisions, would you say are some of the favorites to win?
Okay, so last year, Ukraine for the women's was a very strong contender, but our Scotland team beat them this year. So between, I think, us, the Dutch, that's going to be on the women's side. The men's side is a completely different ballgame because there's so many teams there.
Yeah, of course. And I think on our side, I mean, we're looking at India, Colombia. I mean, our whole group is all one games right now, so it's been pretty tight. But
England, Italy
yeah.
for the men's.
I saw Ireland play. They look like a bunch of animals. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Yeah, if we get there.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to soccer or the Mini World Cup, but what would you both say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
My whole life.
My whole life.
I got one. What's the biggest room in the world? It's the room for improvement.
To be kind to each other, because we're in a very stressful world right now, so to be kind.
All right, so we can just start with you telling us your name and a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Fiore. I'm playing on Team Portugal this year. This is my second year playing Heritage. Yeah, it's been awesome so far.
And what got you into soccer?
Honestly, my siblings played when I was younger. My dad played. I was always a goalie because of my dad, and I kind of just got into it, so here I am.
You mentioned this is your second year
Yeah.
playing, so what keeps you coming back?
Honestly, the community. Just seeing so many people come out. The fans are amazing. People just coming together and just like supporting a whole bunch of people. It's honestly great to see.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge at this year's Heritage Cup?
Honestly, the fans. It's pretty intimidating. A lot of people screaming, a lot of people in your ear. You're hearing different things. So just staying focused and staying in the game, I would say, yeah.
What are you most excited for this year?
That's a tough one. Winning, obviously, I hope. Second one, just getting together with my friends. It's nice to see people I haven't seen in a long time just coming together and meeting up. So yeah.
Why do you think it's important to have an event like this in Edmonton?
It just represents the multiculturalism that we have here. It's nice to see every single year we have different teams coming out. For example, Team Ethiopia is new this year. I'm Ethiopian myself, so it's great to see different communities coming together.
Who are some of your favorites to win in your division?
Ooh, I mean, I'm biased. Team Portugal, I hope we win. Lebanon's doing great as well, so I hope they get up there as well. It'd be nice to see us both face off at the end.
And last question, it doesn't have to be specific to soccer or anything, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Honestly, I have to say, just have fun in what you do. Love it. Life's too short to hate everything you do, so do it with a smile every single day.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Leanne, and I play for the Netherlands. Yeah.
Perfect. What got you into soccer?
Just started when I was 4 or 5. I have a twin brother, so we did a lot together and just was put into soccer and have been playing ever since.
Is this your first time at the Mini World Cup Heritage Cup?
No, I've been playing in the Mini World Cup since I was like 16, so quite a while.
What keeps you coming back?
Oh, I just love the game, but I love the team. I love the whole vibe of Mini World Cup. It's just so much fun. Yeah, I got to play it every year now because there's 30 plus, so it's super fun.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge this year?
Playing against a lot of my teammates. I play Netherlands. Scotland is a lot of my regular team, so just playing them, it'll be a little hard, but it's always fun in a weird way.
What are you most excited for this year?
The chance of winning. I think we have a good chance, so we always get so close, but we never can do it. Hopefully this year.
Hopefully this year. Who are some of the favorites in your division to win?
I would say Scotland and Ukraine would be the favorites, but we beat Ukraine and so did Scotland, so it's looking to be maybe a Scotland-Netherlands final.
Ooh,
yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All right, you can start just telling us your name and a bit about you.
Sure. My name's Emily. I play for Team China, and we're competing in the Heritage Cup this year.
What got you into soccer?
I've been playing soccer since I was like 4 years old, little Timbit running around. Carried me all the way through school, played for my university at Concordia, and now I'm graduated and a teacher, and I'm still just playing like women's and repping Team China for World Cup and Heritage Cup.
What keeps you coming back to the Heritage Cup and the Mini World Cup?
Definitely the energy and representing your nationality and your country is really fun. But yeah, every time you step in the building, it's like there's definitely energy in here that's not usually there all year, so it's really fun.
What are you thinking will be the biggest challenge for you this year?
Biggest challenge. Our team doesn't traditionally do very well, so that's definitely one of our challenges. But we come out every year, we try our best, and we always kind of like erase the game before if it wasn't a positive outcome and go in positive for the next one.
What are you most excited for this year?
Most excited for is honestly watching lots of the other games. It gets pretty competitive and heated in here, and it's really fun to watch, and seeing those kind of top teams perform is really fun, really cool.
Why do you think it's important to have an event like this in Edmonton?
It's important because it really boosts up soccer. I feel like soccer is not a big sport that's really popular here and loved, so it's really fun to watch people come out and really enjoy the sport and see a whole community kind of built around soccer.
Who are some of the favorites to win in your division?
Oh, good question. I don't know, actually. There's definitely some top contenders. I haven't looked at the standings yet, but there are definitely a few teams that I'm like not sure who's going to win it this year. So, yeah.
Exciting. And then last question. It doesn't have to be specific to soccer, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
I think best piece of advice I've ever gotten is like wash away the worries, keep your head and keep your mind where your feet are, stay in the moment, and live every day to the fullest as you can.
That's really great advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
course. I am fucking stoked.
Hey everyone, we just finished up and oh my gosh, like they're insane.
Yes.
Insane.
It's very cool to see like the community come together and have all these different teams that are representing the different countries and all that kind of stuff, and the way that people take it seriously but not enough to like, you know, be combative outside of the game, which is great. You know, they can definitely separate that, but it's a very cool way to celebrate soccer and cultures and countries and all that kind of stuff. But it's very well done and very well organized, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun to see. If you ever have a chance next year, if you're into soccer or even just into like community events, it's a really wonderful community event. I used to take part of it all the time as a kid, repping Ukraine. So it was really fun to kind of take that trip down memory lane and rewatch those opening ceremonies where you get to see all the different countries. And it's crazy how many folks this event brings together in Edmonton. Yeah, they have amazing sponsors and a lot of people that work alongside with them. So it's still running until April 9th, I want to say. So if you have a chance, go check out a game or two. The talent is insane. There's a reason they've made it to the Mini World Cup.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. The energy that the fans give is amazing. The energy that they give back to the fans is great. There's food, there's family, there's everything you ever need there. It's so fun. Like they said, it's like a little community outside, outside of your own little family. So it's great to check it out.
Check it out.
Hey, it's the Bird Bound Besties here.
Do you want to be a guest on our show?
If you have a story that's worth sharing with the community, feel free to scan the QR code at the end of this video to be a guest on our show or one of the other amazing On Location shows that are available within Alberta and BC. So if you want to be a guest, scan the QR code.